Beep, 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 beep. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever the hell you are. Right, just a very quick Jester appeal. Right, bad education. Not the television program, which incidentally I enjoyed, right? But the bad education group, who have a really interesting thing going on. I'm going to put the link in the doobers below. They're raising money, which I think is a very important cause. This is why this short thing's gone out, right? A very important cause. A national campaign to end unlawful indoctrination and revitalise civic education in British schools. Nothing could be more important than this, I think, in terms of us getting the educational establishment back on its feet. This is something you can donate and support. They've got a goal of 100,000. They're currently at 6,400. But I think it's been it's not been up long. I mean, it's been up about 5 minutes or something. So we all know that we've had problems with PSHE, SHE and RSE lessons, personal, social, health and economic education, and relationship and sex education. And here they state that bad education are being used to politically indoctrinate and sexually groom our children into radical lifestyles. Well, they are. I disagree with the idea that grooming them into radical lifestyles. It's just nonsense ideology, right? I'd say it as it is. But these good people know what they're doing, so I'm not going to bother them. This is happening without parental knowledge or consent. Third-party providers sell propaganda to schools, which is then used to teach radical ideology as settled fact. That's exactly what's happening. If you've got children, if you've got grandchildren, if you've got nieces, if you've got nephews, even if you haven't, you have a vested interest in making sure that the future of this country is secured by people who understand science, reason, the Enlightenment, accountability and responsibility. Support this. If that's you, support this. Okay? Pound. Doesn't matter. We've got to get this money together because it's going to be a very important thing. And it's going to give us a lovely list to play with too. We like a list. Sounds a bit fascist. I'm making a fascistic listic. Political indoctrination is against the law, but schools do it anyway. Bad education seeks to challenge this situation by establishing an advisory panel of experts on PSHE, a nationwide parent-teacher association, a public information media campaign. Our objectives: a framework for a standardised PSHE and RC curriculum, to publish easy-to-read summaries of the law with a focus on parental rights, to bring about a public inquiry into the activities of third sector education providers and publish a report on abuses perpetrated by this sector. That's what we need, okay? Fire, right? I just want to mention here, the vast majority of PSHE providers are doing what I imagine is a difficult job well. Let's not, it's like saying that the entirety of training is full of cowboys. No, actually it is, right? No, I'm kidding. But you get my drift, right? Baby bathwater. This could help to bring about, I'm reading it again because it's delicious, to bring about a public inquiry into the activities of third sector education providers and publish a report on abuses perpetrated by this sector. Delicious. To lobby Parliament for legal reforms that will clarify existing law, get gender identity out, get queer theory out, get critical race theory out, because it's all in there. They're practicing it. Strengthen parental rights, ensuring the child's right to an education free from indoctrination. To introduce into our schools a civic model of education which teaches children their rights and responsibilities as citizens and provides opportunities for children to explore more complex moral and social questions with openness and nuance. I.e., you'd need, professionals to do that, wouldn't you? Not these blokes and women that have set themselves up after 5 minutes. I'm an expert on LGBTQI+. Why? Because I've been taking it up the pupper since I was 18. That's not making you an expert. But my fanny's been licked by women millions of times. That doesn't make you an expert. I'm good with a dildo. That doesn't make you an expert. Next! Right? Next! That's what these people have done. Set themselves up on that basis. For more information on bad education, please visit our website here. So they've got a website for you to go and visit, which is great. We like a good website. And then you can sign to find out what's going on, and also donate. There's a lot of stuff on the website to have a look at. But it's interesting to me that this is happening. I think it's going to be a good thing. And I hope sincerely that it will bring about what I want most of all, which is a full public inquiry. And that will mean then we can bring the police in and get these buggers gone, right? So what you've got on the website, which I think might be useful, is some templates for letters and things for parents to be able to use to be able to speak to schools. Because remember, most people don't know about this. Don't forget, with tiny bubble. We've got to get people to understand it. But you've got to do it carefully, and you've got to do it. You've got to teach people what's going on. You've got to encourage them to learn. So this is the Bad Law Project website, right? And Bad Education is now part of the Bad Law Project website. There's some great people involved in this, and they are people who are strong and people who are willing and committed to put themselves on the line in order to end the kind of nonsense that we're seeing, and there's far too few of us to do that. So I urge you, if you can, to please support this campaign. And I'm going to nicely say, once you've got the list of all of them, can I have a look? Can you imagine a nice list of 50 of these arsewipes? And then we can start ringing them up and going, hello, arsewipes, what are you playing at? Get away from schools, you ideological nut jobs. That's what I want to be able to do. I want to ring them up and say, you know what? The fact that you are a BDSM pervert doesn't mean you can teach children. It's, you know, I'm being extreme. It's the sort of stuff we've seen. Like, you know, they've gone, right, we're going to schools, teach kids, oh, look, kids, we've got a handout now with all the resources, and the resource lead to a BDSM site with dildos on it. That's how that ridiculous nonsense happened with that woman who looked like grot bags from that television programme years ago, going on about, do you think it's important to train them? And the woman going, hang on a minute, this is what they're being sent to. And the woman's going, yes, but it's important to... I mean, absolutely, I will not engage with this, which is very much like the conversation about the Tavistock in Hannah Barnes's book, isn't it? That ignorance, that let's try and ignore it. So what they're attempting to do here is to bring a laser-sharp focus onto where the problem lies, which is the external providers. External providers of PSHE. I think it's about time that we had some kind of regulation of these people, because I think that organisations, like, there must be something that's in charge of this nonsense. I mean, you've got HR companies, you know, like, I don't know what they call it. What was the big one? I forget. They're all bloody useless. And I've seen, like, well, the Institute of Personnel and Development, right, which has got some great stuff on the website, but they don't bloody do much. And we need legislative people. We need people with teeth, right? So that's what we need, who will monitor the sector providing this bullshit. How about that? Right? So that you can go in and go, hey, yeah, no, bullshit. We're not giving you a license. The first thing that should be on the license application is, do you teach gender identity ideology? Yes. Okay, you're not getting a license. That's it. And then when you go to the kids, you can tell the kids, yeah, we've been lied to. A cult overtook things. It's amazing, isn't it? They'll think it's like something from Game of Thrones. Do children watch Game of Thrones? No, perhaps they don't. It's a bit adult, that film, isn't it? Anyway. But I'm whiffling now. Go and support this project, because I think it's a project worth supporting. I think it's something that we can all get behind. And I think we know that the great work done by Transgender Trend, Safe Schools, you know, everybody that's been involved, the Bayswater Group, I mean, these fantastic organisations that have brought us so far. And this is something else that can help as well. Please do contribute to the crowdfunder, because I think it's important that we get this dirty laundry out in public and that we wash it fully, because these people are not going to go away. They are ideologues. They will keep finding ways to infiltrate schools. They will keep finding ways to practice these critical social justice within schools, unless we bring the might of the law and the government and the people to fall upon them with thunderous condemnation. Go sign it. I'll see you later.